welcome. Day 26 on the road to 18-inch pythons. But hey, we're just getting ready for the gym. I lied to you guys. I said I was going to film 3 arm workouts in a row. Yesterday, day 25, no upload. So I apologize. But I'm just going to show you my pre-workout meal right here. So we got 3 dick-shaped foods going. 2 Smokies and a sweet potato. Sweet potato is kind of fried up, so it should be a little crispy, a little burnt actually. And we got some mustard, big mustard guy. I was going to eat this salad, but I think that's going to be a little excessive. I think the 2 dogs and the 1 half of the sweet potato is going to be enough, or I could eat some more of the sweet potato here if I need. And I'm going to have a couple swiggy swigs of this Bolthouse Farms, Bolthouse or Boathouse, mango juice. Fucking delicious. I don't know if this is sold everywhere in the world, wherever you're watching from, but in Canada, this shit, it's fucking thick and juicy just the way we like it. I find it's like too much to drink a whole jug in one sitting, so I just kind of take a little suckle of the nectar a couple times a day. I'm gonna have a couple swigs of that to wash this down. I'm gonna chow this, and then we're gonna hop on the foam roller here and chat a little more. Intra-workout cocktail. Take a cup. We're doing the huge carb powder and Gatorade powder. If you're new here, I highly recommend having something during your workout if you want to increase your pump and give yourself a little bit more sustained energy. So this is a very simple product, carbohydrate powder. And the advantage I find is that it's much more easily digestible than whatever food source of carbohydrates you might want to take during your workout. And I did that for a little while where I was trying to eat different things, like a little granola bar, like a fucking protein bar. And it would always kind of mess up my digestion. You got a massive pump on, and you know your stomach isn't really optimized to be digesting a bunch of food. So the carb powder is really effective for that. And the Gatorade, stack the 2 together, some simple sugars, going to give you a way bigger pumpity pumperson during your workout. I start drinking it at the beginning of my session and just kind of sip on it in my rest times throughout. We're no stim, we're no pre right now. I'm off the fucking pre. Game plan today is arms. Of course. Just kidding, I'm actually training calves. Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to hop on the roller here. Do a little bit of rolling. So I'm going to drop this down. Let's drop you guys down to a lower level. And let's flip this camera around so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Hopefully, get my fat ass in the shot. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. All right. So, let's turn her a little more. Today is day 3 of arms, meaning I'm working arms 3 days in a row, as we've talked about at length in some of the previous videos. So if you want to hear more about my split and why I'm training this way, why I'm doing what I'm doing, you can go watch one of the earlier videos. The first arm day is about moving weight, fast and heavy. Heavy weight, fast explosive tempo, long extended rest times. Day 2 is a modification kind of day 1, where instead of focusing on heavy weight, the weight is moderate, the volume's a bit higher. So in day 1, I just do 5 sets, 5 for bis, 5 for tris. Day 2, I bump that up to 10, and I bring the rest times down a little bit, and I go a slower, more controlled tempo. And I found this workout, so far, out of the 3, gives the biggest pump. But as we've talked about previously, pump is not the best indicator for a good workout if you're basing the value of the workout off of whether it leads to muscle gain or not. It's just pump is just one kind of indicator. Could be a good workout, but if you're solely basing was that a good session, not a good session off how big of a pump you got, then you're going to be slightly misled in terms of what's going to lead to muscle growth. And then today, day 3, is what I would call the psycho session, where I just do a series of drop sets. So triceps, we do maybe somewhere in the 10 to 15 rep range, super slow tempo, super duper slow negative, just super slow and controlled, all the way to failure. And then I drop the weight a little bit. I do another set, and I do that 5 times, 5 or 6. And then I rest like a minute, and I do the same thing with biceps. I go back and forth. Holy shit, it's a lot of pain. It's absolutely the pain train. And so the idea here is that I'm doing 3 workouts that are all a different style and all are putting a different stimulus on the muscle to try to create some kind of variety concoction that leads to growth. Because something I have noticed over the years is that there is some value in novelty, meaning something new. Even if it's like not the best strategy, there is something in it just being different that can lead to some more results. And so that's why I'm doing 3 different styles of training. And as you'll notice, all the exercises are exactly the same, which would lead me to one of my main points. My main preachings is that exercise selection is one of the least important factors in your training. Pick whatever exercises you want to do that are reasonable, and then do them with good form, and then progress these other things, the other factors I'm talking about in the variation of these 3 workouts. The exercises are exactly the same. Well, the biceps, I do hammers one day and then standing easy bar curls. But triceps, all 3 days, same exercise, because I'm limited, not by choice. If you can do different exercises, I recommend mixing it up a little bit. Although there is some benefit in keeping some consistency, because then you can track your progress better. And I think that's probably more important than having some variety by doing a whole bunch of different exercises, is to have a smaller number of exercises and keep them fairly consistent so that you can track your progress in those movements. And you can mix it up once in a while, but I think just picking a handful. If your main goal is muscle growth, and then focusing on progressing your lifts within those movements is better. And if you're changing it up all the time and you're changing the order that you do the exercises in, it's really hard for you to consistently track what you're doing. So I think you lose some benefit there. So it's a fine, kind of a balance. So you can find a few different movements and mix it up here and there so you don't get bored. But you know what I find way more fucking boring is going to the gym day after day and not making any goddamn gains. That's the most boring thing. If I have to do the same fucking exercises every time I go in there, but I can actually see some progress for the effort that I put in, I'm happy. You know, people, oh, it's so boring. I need more variety in my training. It was fucking boring showing up over and over and getting nowhere. That's fucking boring. You decide if you're about it. So that's the game plan today. I know I said I was going to film all 3 workouts. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. What I'm noticing is that I get a way better session if I'm not filming. Okay, I'm still adjusting kind of to the filming thing, and I'm going to keep doing it, but I don't think I'm going to film like maybe 1 or 2 of my workouts per week. 1 arm day, 1 leg day, something like that. You guys can let me know what you want to see. And also within the workouts that I film, I'm kind of like filming a little bit of the mobility where I ramble on and talk about different shit that I think is helpful or useful. And then I film like some of the workout. And if you want to see the whole fucking workout or you want to see a whole goddamn mobility session, you could let me know. I just assume that would be goddamn boring and you don't want to sit through all that. So I'm like, let me just give you a little snippet of this, a little snippet of that. And then I'm just going to do a couple workouts a week that I film, because right now I need the main thing is to progress the training, and I definitely lose a little bit of an edge with the filming because I'm setting up the camera, I'm talking, I'm thinking about, I should say this, I should say that. Whereas if I just have my music in, I just get in a zone too. It's a vibe that I really enjoy. And I really enjoy those sessions where it's kind of like an escape, where I'm just vibing to my music and pushing through the pain and getting a big juicy pump. And then filming kind of interrupts that and doesn't make the experience the same. So I'm just going to balance it a bit more by probably filming the workouts a little less. Still going to do it. Because I do enjoy actually kind of talking about and sharing what I'm doing too. So it's just finding a nice balance there. So foam roller for the upper back, what we're doing here. This is something I do before every arm day as part of my hour to an hour and a half routine. And part of it is to massage the muscles that run vertically along your spine, so the erector spinae muscles. And then also a lot of the muscles that kind of go horizontally, like the rhomboids or the traps, the muscles that are more commonly talked about, that are responsible for pulling your shoulder blades back, and your upper traps for shrugging your shoulders up or rotating your shoulders upward, your shoulder blades upward. So something that'll help to get in there, I find, is if you put your arms up like this and then keep your elbows in, put your hands on the back of your head. Oh, it opens that up a bit more so you can really get the foam roller into the back. Oh, and then you can get in there and dig on a couple spots, and you find one, I'll kind of just move back and forth like this, or I'll do some big rolls. There's no fucking right or wrong, man. You're just getting in there, trying to release some of that tissue. And I found that massage is depends on the muscle group, depends on the part of the body, but I would say overall probably more effective for releasing tension in the short term than just stretching. Whether it be dynamic stretching, meaning you're moving back and forth in and out of a stretch, ish is how I would describe that, or static stretching where you're just holding a stretch, you just hold a hip flexor stretch for 2 minutes or whatever. I find massage, again, it depends on the area of the muscle, but probably slightly better for releasing things. And as I mentioned in other videos, I'm a big fan of pre-workout release of muscles that you know are a problem for you, right? So if you move flawlessly, you don't have any issues, just walk into the gym and start warming up right away. Start moving. You don't necessarily want to lay on a fucking foam roller or stretch this or stretch that. But if you know you've got an imbalance or you know you've got these muscles that are kind of chronically tight and that's going to impede your range of motion when you go to do your exercises, then you should do something ahead of time to try to release some of that tension so you can access a fuller range of motion and get a better workout. Excuse me, and reduce your risk of injury as well. So the more you can become aware of maybe what some of the issues you have might be and find little strategies and things you can do to work around them. I find the hands over the head is pretty good too. Anything that kind of opens those shoulder blades up, or if you do, this is the ultimate. If you hug yourself like this really spreads the shoulder blades out. It's almost too much. And then you can fucking get in there, brother. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. Aunt Delilah. Oh, Rosemary. Oh, that's a little too much for me. Okay, that's pretty good. So we're going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the university gym again. Technically, their policy is that you can record so long as nobody else is in the background or that doesn't want to be because of privacy. So the last workout I did yesterday, the gym was fucking dead. I could have brought the camera in and filmed a few sets. So I'm going to bring it in there and hopefully get a couple sets. If not, we'll do the post-workout pose down, check out. And you guys can let me know if it fucking pisses you off that you click on a video about arm training and it's me just foam rolling and then cutting to me flexing my arms with a pump and there's no actual sets. If that annoys you and you hate that, then let me know and I'll make sure to never make those videos again. Regardless, after fucking today, pretty much, the university gym is going to start to be absolutely packed. So there's no way that I will even try to film there. And anytime I'm filming, I'll be taking the bus up to a different gym. That I don't really like training at as much. So that's why I fucking like working out at this gym. It's just a quick walk. Just the vibe in there is good. So we'll see. I'll bring the camera in. Maybe snake a couple sets. If not, it'll just cut to a clip of me looking all fucking juicy and... Okay. Fourth and final round. So I've done 3 rounds of this with maybe 1 to 2 minutes rest in between. So every set is super slow, negative, and we're doing 5 weights total, 4 drops with no rest. And then I'll rest about a minute and I'll do the same thing for biceps. It's absolutely fucking kicking my ass today, but that's what we want. Let's go. Fourth and final round. Super slow, controlled, negative. Good stretch all the way down. Shit. Oh. My minimal rest. Drop from the 85 down to the 70. And we go for a little less, so 11 to 13 on the first set, and then I go for 8s on every drop. 8 reps. Slow. 6.5. That's like the first round. I got 13 and then 8s all the way down. So it's like a really high standard to every successive round. Also try to get the same reps, but we set the standards to make sure you push to your limit. Go for 8. Seven. Two more. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, bitch. Let's go. Let's get 8. Come on. Come on. Oh, fuck. One more. So this last one's just a 5-pound drop. So 85, 70, 60, 50, 45. Let's go for 8 again. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. Slower. Fuck. Oh. Ow. That fucking burns. I find, especially with the slower tempo, you don't have to worry about ruining your form as much. So it's really useful to put a number in your head ahead of time. And like I said, like the first round I did was 13 and then 8. And so if you set that as the standard, that's going to force you to 100% push yourself to failure. Because as you get more and more fatigued, you're not necessarily going to be able to get the same reps. But if you aim for that target, it ensures that you, because those are painful reps. It's easy to convince yourself to quit before you reach your literal physical limit. Okay, last round of curls. I do the same thing, super slow negative. And 5 drops. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 4. We dropped 15 pounds on the first one. And then we'll go down by 10s after that. Come on. as little rest as possible. The temptation is to hesitate. You just gotta keep going though. Don't afford yourself an extra rep. 8. Slow. Oh. Ah, had to change to the gangster rap for this last one. A little extra fucking juice. 2 down, 3 to go. 8s are tough. But I find with curls, you can always kind of jimmy your form a little bit. Whereas with the French press, it's like, you get stuck, you're stuck. You can't adjust your form to grunt out another rep. Let's go. So 3. Come on. Oh, fuck. I feel it in my fucking rear delt. Holy shit. 2 more. And you should always challenge yourself to fucking try and make the intensity level and the quality of your sets just as good at the very end of your workout as it was at the beginning. Obviously, maybe it won't be because you're fatigued, but that should be the standard that you aim for. Another 8. Temporary pain. More. And then the last set we dropped by just 5 pounds, so 15, and then 10, 10, 10. The last one's a 5-pound drop, similar with the dumbbells. As when the weight is heavier, you can drop more total pounds, and when the weight's lighter, as you get down lower, you know, like a 15-pound drop going from 30 pounds to 15 is too big of a drop. But like 30 pounds to 25 is a proportional percentage decrease to 80 to 85 to 70. Quick maths. One more. Whoa. Okay, that's it. That's a fucking cooker. It's been about fucking, I don't know, 4 hours since the workout, and I ate a bunch of food, took a nap, just took a shower, and after this day, day 3, with the psycho set insanity drop sets, I feel the most like, whoa, I'm growing, you know? And for a while there, I did just psycho set insanity days as every workout. I think I was doing training every other day. The frequency was every other day at that point. And it didn't seem to work as well as it is now. So I think there's something to do with it being in contrast to the other days where there's more heavy weight and more rest times, which is kind of to my point with doing these 3 different styles, being that there seems to be some benefit in having a variety in the way you structure your workouts, being using a faster tempo, longer rest times, and then
a little bit more volume, reduce the rest times a little bit, but they're still generally long. Medium tempo, and then do these extreme drop sets with no rest in between, with super slow tempo. The combination, there seems to be some benefit there because I've done all three on their own, where like for a month or something, I will just do this style of workout for every workout. Um, that doesn't seem to be working as well. But let's just get a little check it out here. We're under some good lighting for sure. For sure. Let's get the legs into the equation. The legs definitely I think the main weakness in my physique. Now, well, I mean, aside from my chest, which I'm not that upset about, but some people are. It's just lack of leanness. Like to really tie it together. If I was just a bit more trim here, like 5 to 10 pounds of fat gone, and I had like a defined six pack, I think we'd be looking pretty good. I know I keep saying this, but I've just been kind of in this bulk phase where I'm just fucking eating and training. But anyways, the last thought that I wanted to share is that I think that this style of training, having done two cycles through now, where I do arms 3 days in a row and then legs. Well, tomorrow will be leg day, and that'll be the completion of 2 full rounds. So it's a 4-day split: arms, 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 legs, arms, 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 legs. And we're almost done 2 rounds of that. It'll be tomorrow. Is that it's doable, but it's pushing the envelope for my joints in my upper body. My shoulders, my forearms, my like every wrists, everything is just like and there's a balance of like you can push through and your body will adapt versus like, is this sustainable, or are we kind of training towards maybe an injury or some kind of long-term issue? Knock on wood. It's not going to happen because I'm aware. And so I'm wondering if what I should do is adjust my split again so I do the same amount of work but condense it into 2 days, and we go back to the arms, arms, legs, arms, arms, legs. And the reason would be for it to be a little easier on my joints. I think there's something specific about 3 days in a row doing arms that's like tough on the elbows and the shoulders. And it might, these are things they like feel semi manageable. I could maybe work through. But I don't know. It also feels a little like, I don't know if I could keep doing this like consistently. I don't know if it's sustainable. And so that's why I'm wondering if maybe if I switched, and it would actually probably be even more intense and be even more of a level up to do the 3 arm workouts in 2 days. The benefit lost would be if there's something particularly beneficial about having the frequency of hitting the arms 3 days in a row. That will be lost. But the total amount of work that I do in those 3 workouts will now be condensed into 2 workouts, so it'll be even more demanding, which we like, while also potentially being a little easier on the joints because I train the arms 2 days and then I get a day off where they can chill instead of training them 3 days and then getting a day off. If you follow my drift, so that's how I'm thinking about it, and I think that that's probably what I'm going to try next. So I think what I would do is day 1 and day 2 would get mashed into one workout. So the 5 sets of fast and heavy would be combined with the 8 to 10 sets of slower, controlled, with a little bit shorter rest window, from 6 minutes with the fast and heavy down to 4. I think I could do that all in one day. That'll be a long session. And then this psycho day on its own. The psycho day is the most draining. I don't need the amount of output I have to do for this day is way more intense. Probably equatable. Is that a word? I don't know. You could equate it to the first 2 workouts combined into one day. So that's why I'm thinking of doing it that way. I'll keep you posted. But that's that. This is the physique.
And I think that tomorrow we will measure again, probably. Tomorrow's leg day. The legs are definitely growing. Um, Probably measure the legs again. I think they're 25 inches now, legit, which I'm pretty fucking stoked about. And legs is fun. It's becoming fun because it's like I just hit them once and then I rest 3 days. The good old days, you know? It's like a fun way to train. It's not like fucking insane like hitting the arms every fucking day. And you might go, oh, you're overtraining. Maybe you should do that with your arms. I did that in the past for a long time, and there was just no increase in growth. And every time I up the frequency, there's more of an increase in growth. And so I think what happens is like this idea that you hit the muscle. In this case, my leg development is just much further behind. So I'm still in that phase where you can just kind of hit it, rest 3 days, hit it again, and it's like growing. The fast tempo helped a lot because before that my legs weren't growing nearly as much. Um, but I'll probably hit a plateau at some point where then I'll have to increase the frequency or fucking do something different. Um, and my arms hit that point like fucking years ago, where they're like, that's the formula's just not going to keep working. You got to do something else. That's why it's evolved into this madness where I just keep trying different shit, making it more and more extreme to try to find more gains. So, but maybe doing arms, legs would potentially be preemptively keeping me out of the leg plateau that may be coming somewhere in the near future by upping the frequency so that I'm hitting legs and then just resting 2 days. But then it gets harder to manage the hip issues. That's enough. Just thought I would share my thoughts on my training structure and what changes I might make and what I'm experiencing with the way I'm doing it. And again, as always, I encourage you to do the same shit. You don't have to be as obsessive as I am, but I do think taking some time to think and analyze your training and find ways to evolve it and improve it to make it more difficult or to make adjustments if you're dealing with like issues in your joints or something. There's always little ways that you can tweak and improve, and I think that's the mentality that you need to have if you want to be continuously seeking out growth and finding ways to keep growing. And as soon as you just get stuck following the same shit, then you're going to be stuck, stagnating in a plateau. Thanks for watching. Probably going to take a couple days off from filming, so the next video will be, you can expect it in a couple of days, something like that.